How's it going, everyone? My name is Venture, and in today's video we have the Ultimate Collector Series Jabba's Sail Barge. This set was released on October the 3rd, 2024 at a retail price of $499.99 USD. It is given set number 75397. It is rated for ages 18 and up. It has 3,942 pieces, which means that this is a 13-cent per piece set. And like I mentioned, is part of the Ultimate Collector Series. It is also part of the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars anniversary. An indicator for that is the logo here in the top corner, as well as the bluish silver greebling detail border that surrounds the bottom of the box. This set also does include 11 total minifigures. Taking a look at the back of the box, we get to see a few things. First off, being a still shot image of the interior of the sail barge. We also get the dimensions of the set. You also get some nice detail shots of the model itself, as well as a few still shot images from the film Return of the Jedi. To open the box, safely cut the 3 pieces of tape holding it closed. Upon opening the box, you will be greeted with a beautiful image of the sail barge. Directly behind that is going to be an image of Princess Leia and Jabba the Hutt. Next on one of the interior boxes is an image of Salacious B. Crumb. After getting both of the boxes out, here are both of the box images. You get Salacious B. Crumb as well as Max Rebo. Now on each interior box there is an actual number, so that way you know which one you want to build out of first. To open up box number 1, there are simply 2 pieces of tape holding it closed, and then you can reveal the contents of your box. Inside of box number 1 are 17 numbered bags. You also have 5 unnumbered bags, bringing you to a total of 22 bags in box number 1. Now, 3 of those bags were actually paper, and those are my first paper bags in a LEGO set ever. You will also be greeted by 2 numbered instruction manuals. You will also find a relatively small sticker sheet. You will find a singular loose rod piece. Now, inside of your biggest paper bag is going to be your sails. Now, these sails are actually incredibly high quality cloth pieces and not plastic, which is incredible. These things feel really nice and they feel high quality. In your other 2 paper bags are your pieces for Jabba the Hutt. I don't know why they put them in separate paper bags, but that is what is contained within the other 2 paper bags. Opening up box number 2 is also an easy process. Simply cut the pieces of tape that are holding it closed. In box number 2, there are 19 bags, going up to number 36, bringing you to 41 total bags. Now, inside of your instruction manual, there are in fact a few special pages. First, about their packaging and the Insider/Builders app. This first page here talks about the scene itself and the emotions going into it, as well as it being the first time it's a UCS set. This page here talks about the sail barge itself within the Star Wars universe and a couple fun facts about it. Now, this page talks about the display ability, whether you want to have it open or closed. It also plugs the Desert Skiff set. Now, this page here is dedicated to the model designers and their thoughts on the set, the scene, and the characters in the set. Now, this page here is basically just a diagram of the set and the different features within. Now, here you have a diagram of how to hold the set, as well as the actual model used in the films. And lastly, you have a page dedicated to the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars and the Force of Creativity book. And here we have the final product. This thing is really impressive, but there's a lot to go over, so let's start with the extras. First up, we have our display stand. Here we have our information plaque. Now, thankfully, they did return to the matte finish rather than the gloss finish. Here we have the UCS TIE Interceptor display plaque. This is a gloss finish one. As you can see, Jabba's just looks a lot more cleaner and a lot less scratches, so I'm glad that they made the return to a matte finish. On this display stand, they do include a 25 years of LEGO Star Wars anniversary brick. Now, where Jabba attaches is actually color matched to him, so you know that he goes there. And here we have our Jabba the Hutt minifigure. He looks absolutely incredible, and he has a ton of little print details all around him. And of course, he does have his tattoo on his arm. and here is more of the printing on the back. Now here is the 2013 Jabba the Hutt next to the current Jabba the Hutt, and as you can see there is a slight color difference as well as a lot more lines on the modern one. Now something that I thought was pretty genius was that LEGO gave you a second display stand for the rest of the minifigures. Now here we have our C-3PO minifigure. He's your standard issue, not super special minifigure, which is one of my biggest complaints with this set is the fact that they do not give him the dual molded legs or the side leg printing. Now, these two sets here at $139.99 and $239.99 USD both have a minifigure with dual molded legs and side leg printing. Which, okay, every set's different, not every set needs the best minifigure, but when you consider the fact that both of these sets combined reach $379.99, which is $120 cheaper than the current set I'm reviewing. It's ridiculous. This set should have the best C-3PO minifigure that money can buy at $500. Especially when you consider that both of these sets are still being made and it's still being sold on store shelves right now. All I want for this set is the C-3PO that is on the right hand side here. Just clearly a much better figure, and for $500 we should have gotten it. Now, the only other problematic figure in this set is going to be this Bib Fortuna here, but only for minor reasons. They reused the exact same headpiece from the Book of Boba Fett's Throne Room set. Now I understand why they reused this headpiece, and that is simply because he does have an alternate face print. Now before I explain exactly what that means, this figure does have phenomenal printing on his torso and legs. His printing is dramatically improved from the 2013 variant. Now if you take the cape and the headpiece and place it on the modern figure, he looks amazing, but there is one flaw. He does have a secondary face print which completely shows through on the back of the head, which might irritate a bit of people. For our next minifigure, we have Wolf. He is kind of just one of Jabba's little goons. He's got a really nice torso print, a nice head print, and I absolutely love that helmet. LEGO did give him a secondary face print, and he does have some nice back printing as well. Here we have Max Rebo, a lot of people's favorite minifigure within this set. When it comes to the torso and the leg print, there is absolutely none, but I absolutely love his head mold. Here we have another one of Jabba's goons. His name is Cathabo. He has a very similar torso print to Wolf, but I do like his headpiece and I do like his face print. He also does have some minor back printing. Here we have our new and updated Princess Leia, or Slave Leia, or Hutt Slayer Leia, whatever you want to call her. She's got really good torso printing, really good leg printing, and a nice face print, but that hairpiece is the real highlight here. Having the braid come from the back of her head, over her shoulder, and then to the front of her torso is just absolutely incredible. Now on her back, they do include a little back piece that has a stud on it to where you can attach a chain. On the back side of the sail barge, you simply pull down this panel here, and there is a secret chest containing the chain for Princess Leia. You can then attach the chain to Princess Leia to recreate the iconic scene of her choking out Jabba the Hutt. Underneath of that back piece is actually some nice back printing as well. And here we have our Gamorrean guard. I absolutely love the chest piece and head piece mold that they make for these figures. It looks absolutely incredible all the way around the figure. It's just a 10 out of 10 for me. It needs no improvements nor downgrades. And here we have the last of Jabba's goons. His name is Vizam. He's got a pretty decent torso print as well as a nice face print. Now he does have some back of the head print as well as some minor back printing. Here we have our R2-D2 minifigure and he looks absolutely incredible. I love his little drink tray and I love the fact that they have a little bit full to make it look like there's actual liquid in there. I think it's a cool detail. And this is the variant of R2-D2 with some back printing. And here we have what I think is Jabba's little pet, Salacious B. Crumb. This is a LEGO minifigure that I have really liked the mold of. I think it's super unique and you don't really see something like this very often. And here he is side by side with his 2013 variant. I like the addition of the pupils in which they did this on the modern one, but I don't think that it ruins the figure for me. The level of detail is a little bit higher on the 2024 variant, but not by much. Alright, I know that was a lot of information, but now we finally get to talk about the main feature, the sail barge, the reason you probably clicked on this video. First and foremost, like I mentioned earlier, these sails are actual cloth and not plastic, and they look absolutely incredible. They looked good when I took them out of the bag, but man, do they look good on the sail barge itself. 10 out of 10. Speaking of the sails, they can actually be removed, so that way you have more access to the top of the deck. Because trying to put a minifigure on some of these studs with them on there is nearly impossible. Now, on the top of the deck, they did actually include the cannon that they use in Return of the Jedi to actually destroy the sail barge itself. And it can actually sit a minifigure on there, which is just a phenomenal detail to have. Now, there are two of these additional little cannons that are mounted to the actual railing, which is just a nice inclusion. Now on the top of the deck, there is this little platform here that you can open up and take the top panel off. There's a staircase directly beneath it so minifigures can walk up to the top of the deck. And the same thing is true here. These lead to a ladder that is actually removable that I'll show you later so minifigures can reach the top deck. Another great feature. Now I really like the tiled off look to the deck and how much detail they were able to put on there that looks nice and simple, but it just brings this thing to life. Now, a detail that some people might ignore is this railing. These railings are incredible. The angles that they were able to create is absolutely amazing, and I love it. Now, there are windows on the side that you can flip open to reveal the interior or have a minifigure peek through. Now, the only downside is there is only one spot per side where you can actually have a minifigure peek through, which is a little disappointing. And they do have to be standing at kind of like a weird angle on top of a railing to peek through. But all of the windows on this particular panel can actually be opened, and the same is true on the other side of the sail barge. Now, one of the last movable details on the sail barge is actually this little steering fin. These can be angled in pretty much any way that you desire, but me personally, I'm going to keep it up against the barge itself. Now, even with the sail barge primarily being the same color brown, they are able to use a bunch of different pieces and different colored browns to actually add quite a bit of detail and life into the sail barge. Even on the underside, there's a bit of detail that you can see here. I just like how much detail they were able to jam into something that is kind of just one color. And that's not even mentioning all the different angles that they were able to achieve, and the round look of it using angular pieces is just absolutely incredible. Now you can actually remove the top of the deck, but first you have to open the back two panels. But when it comes to the front of the sail barge, you can simply lift off the top. There are 3 panels on either side of the sail barge that can be flipped down on both sides to reveal the interior of the sail barge and to light it up a bit. Now our first area we're going to look at is going to be the area where we are going to place Jabba. There's a place for Salacious and there's a place for Jabba to sit. There's even a little place right in front of Jabba for Princess Leia to sit at. Now back here is a little band section and the red ball jet organ for Max Rebo to play. I took it out of the sail barge just so you could get a better look at it. And here's what he looks like back in his little section. On the walls of this little section, you have some torches as well as a little sticker piece that has an image of Jabba the Hutt. And on the side here, you have Jabba the Hutt's hookah. And the next area we're going to talk about is going to be the galley. Here's that set of staircase that leads to the upstairs. You can actually remove this for more space. On the wall, there's some tiles with some stickers on them. The one with the bowl says Womp Rat Stew, and the one with the drumstick is Bantha Roast. This is probably one of my favorite sections within the entire build itself. You've got a ton of great accessories from knives to fish to bones to bottles and cups and pans and even plates that are stacked. You've got that fantastic looking stove with that vent hood above it. It just looks so good. This is an area that LEGO absolutely destroyed it in. The next area we're going to talk about is going to be the prison/armory. And you can actually remove that ladder there to make more space in the armory. Now you have a ton of different accessories in here, from guns to axes to blades to brooms to handcuffs and spears. But getting inside of that prison and placing a minifigure on the chair is quite cramped. So LEGO thought of this and made the whole thing removable. Now you can place your minifigure in here and make them pay for the crimes that they committed. Now there is a little sticker on the wall that counts the time that they've been in jail, but also says in an alien language, Han was here. Now, I did take the liberty of taking the front panels off just so we have more access to the cockpit. Now, there is a whole bunch of different computer screens and control panels. The front middle one actually, again in an alien language, says scanning. And there are 2 seats in the cockpit that can be articulated to fit the minifigure of your desire. Now, a great way for your minifigures to access the cockpit is LEGO did build quite a nice sliding door for your characters to walk in and out of. And here is another view of that sliding door. Again, I just think it looks so good. Now, you would think we're done, but we're not. On the other side of the sail barge, there is this little door that you pull on so your minifigures can escape jail. A great detail. Unfortunately, there is absolutely nothing in the middle panel. But when it comes to that rear panel, there is that secret chest that we discussed earlier in the video that contains the chain for Princess Leia. Now, this is a great set, but it's missing some things. That being another set that they sold for an additional $80 to actually complete this scene. If LEGO had combined these 2 sets and kept them at the same $500 price point, you'd have 16 total minifigures and 4,500 pieces, giving you an 11-cent per piece set and completing the full scene. So what are my thoughts on this set? I really like this set. The model itself is absolutely perfect. It's a 10 out of 10 for me, not a single flaw or thing that I could want more of. There's only 2 minifigures where I could really see them needing a pretty big improvement. My biggest complaint is the fact that they sold the Desert Skiff and the Sarlacc Pit separate from this set. That set should just straight up not exist. It's a bad and predatory move on LEGO's behalf. I really think they're just trying to milk the fan base for as much money as they can get for as little effort as possible. Now, I do recommend this set to every single collector, especially if you like your UCS sets, or if you're just a hobbyist and you like the bigger build. But with the caveat, please get this on sale. It is not worth the $500 right now. It is definitely one that you will want to wait for a sale for or use your VIP points to bring the price down. This set is a 7 out of 10 for me for the reasons I listed before. Now, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found this video helpful for your purchasing decisions. If you did enjoy this video or found it helpful, please let me know by leaving a like and let me know your thoughts on this set and more in the comments section down below. This video took a ton of time, effort, and money to produce, so if you could do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, it's a free way to support the channel and it would mean a lot to me. But remember, stay bricked up and enjoy what you love.